this video, we are going to be going over your Chapter 10 study guide. So if you haven't done your study guide yet, you need to close the video and go do your study guide. This is going to be a Nearpod where you have to put the answers in before you hear the correct answer in the explanation. So if it's not done, you can't do that. And your teachers will be looking to see if you put the correct answer in before you did it. You need to at least be close and have given it your best shot. Let's go ahead and get ready for your test. Number one, a rope is 3.4 meters long. How long is that in millimeters? So I know that some of us draw the metric steps as stairs, and some of us draw it as a ladder. I draw it as stairs. But you do you. Go ahead and solve the problem, and then we'll work on it together. All right, so I draw mine as stairs. So I have meter, I drop down to decimeter, drop down to centimeter, drop down to millimeter. So let's take a step down those stairs. We're going to start at meter. We're going to go 1, 2, 3 steps down. And if we're going 3 steps down, I know I'm multiplying it by 10, by 100, by 1,000. So I'm going to multiply 3.4 meters times 1,000. And when we do that, we're going to move our decimal 3 places to the right, because when you move down the stairs, you move your decimal to the right. So if I have 3 4/10, move it 1, 2, 3 places to the right, I get 3,400 millimeters. I hope that's what you got as well. Let's move on to number 2. Write the equivalent measures for the following. Go ahead and look at A. A soccer goal measures 5 33/100ths of a meter high. How high is that in centimeters? Go ahead and put your answer in. So for this one, same thing. We've got meters down to deci, down to centi. So we're going to take a step. 1 step, 2 steps down. So I know I'm going to multiply 5 33/100ths times 100. 2 zeros for 2 steps. Move that decimal point 2 places to the right, because when we go down the stairs, we multiply. We move to the right. 1, 2. So I know that 5 33/100ths of a meter equals 533 centimeters. Hope that's the answer you got. Remember, if you're not getting these correct and you don't understand why, re-watch my explanation to see if you understand. And if you still don't, go ahead and circle that number so you can remember to ask your teacher on Tuesday, tomorrow, when you come in to take the test. You can get that question clarified. For B, a car is 560 centimeters high from the ground up. How high is that in meters? Go try it out. For this one, I know I've got meters, decimeters, centimeters, but for this one, we're starting at centimeters and we're going 1, 2 steps up. If I go up, I know I'm going to divide. So I've got 560 centimeters divided by 100 because it was 2 steps. Again, we're just going to move our decimal point 2 places to the left this time because we are dividing. So remember, we pretend our decimal point is right here. We move it 1, 2 places to the left. That gets me 5 6/10. You can add the 0 there if you needed to, but you don't have to. So 5 6/10 of a meter equals 560 centimeters. Let's go ahead to number 3 and complete the table. Go ahead and complete the table. For this one, we're going to go ahead and, let's do it in black marker. We've got meters, decimeters, centimeters. I do draw it every time. I think it helps. So we have to go from meters to centimeters. So we're going to go 2 steps down. And if we're going down, we're going to multiply. 7 times 100 is 700. Let's go ahead and do the other meter one. We're going to multiply 2 steps up again. That's going to get us 400. And now for centimeters, we're going to go 2 steps up, which means we're going to divide by 100. 300 divided by 100 will give us 3. And 800 divided by 100 will give us 8. That was some good practice there. Which is more, or are they equal? That's what we're going to be deciding for these next ones. Kind of like a greater than or less than. 300 milliliters or 3,000 milliliters or 3 liters. Again, liter, deci, centi, milli. So if I have 3,000 milliliters, we can move up the steps and divide. So 3,000 milliliters would equal 300 centimeters. Ooh, did y'all do this one already? Yes, you did. 30 deciliters and 3 liters. Let's say that again. It would be 3,000 milliliters, 300 centiliters, 30 deciliters, and 3 liters. So they are equal. Whoop. Wrong button. Oh, that's 15. Let's go back up all the way to 5. Got lots of problems coming up. There you go. Number 5, go ahead and try it. 6 yards or 15 feet. Which is more? For this one, let's convert our yards to feet. You could have gone feet to yards. It really doesn't matter. I know that 6 yards, if I multiply it by 3, I'm going to get 18 feet. I know that 18 feet is greater than 15 feet, so 6 yards is more than 15 feet. Let's look at number 6. Go ahead and try it. 8 yards and 2 feet to feet. So let's go ahead and take these 8 yards. We're going to multiply it by 3 because there's 3 feet in each yard, and I'm going to get 24. Add my 2 feet in, that gets me 26. So 8 yards and 2 feet equals 26 feet. Number 7, convert 3,478 milligrams to kilograms. Wow, that's going to be a big jump. All right, so we've got grams, we've got decigrams, centigrams, milligrams, we've got decagrams, hectograms, kilograms. Okay, so if we're starting at milligrams, we know we're going to be dividing because we have to go up. So let's count how many steps this is going to be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have to go 6 steps up. So we have to take this 3,478 and divide, move that decimal left 6 times. So it starts here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can see I need to add in 2 zeros there. So that is the answer. You should have 0.003478 kilograms. That was quite the jump there. Let's move on to number 8. Which 2 conversions are correct? Go ahead and answer this problem. For this one, let's work out each one individually. 8 millimeters to 80 centimeters. So I know that I'm going to draw my stairs down here so I can keep them unit, deci, centi, milli. I know that I have millimeters and I'm going up a step to centimeters. I'm going to be dividing. So there's going to be less centimeters. So I know that can't be correct. Now, if we start at centimeters and we go down to millimeters, we're going to be multiplying and it's going to get bigger. So I know this one, oh, I'm wrong. That's meters. Let's try that again. If we start at centimeters and we go up 1, 2 steps to meters, we're going to be moving our decimal place 2 points to the left. So we've got 1, 2 places to the left. That one is true. So your second one is correct. Oops. Let's move down a little bit more. 8,000 meters to 8 kilometers. So we've got kilometers, hectometers, decameters, meters. So 8,000 meters, we're going to divide as we go up, would be 800 decameters, would be 80 hectometers, and would be 8 kilometers. Good. That one is correct as well. Let's go ahead and check the other 2 just in case we did one wrong because we all make mistakes. 8 centimeters is how many, or 8/10 of a centimeter is how many millimeters? For a centimeter, we go down to a millimeter. We're only going to divide by 10. So that means we would have multiplied by 10. So your decimal point would be here. So it would be 8/10 of a centimeter equals 8 millimeters, not 80 millimeters. So that one's wrong. Last one, let's take a look. 7 meters equals 7,000 kilometers. We start at 7 meters. We're going to divide as we go up. So that would be 7/10 of a decimeter, 7/100 of a hectometer, and 7,000ths of a kilometer. That one's really tricky because if you had multiplied while going up instead of dividing, you would have gotten it wrong. This one is incorrect because 7 meters equals 7,000ths of a kilometer. Tricky, tricky. Number 9, Sarah has 3 gallons of juice How many cups of juice does Sarah have? Go ahead and solve it. For this one, we have to know how many cups are in a gallon. So I'm sure most of you already know, but some of you don't. A gallon equals 4 quarts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And each quart equals 2 pints. I hope you don't have to draw it on your test. That would take forever. And each pint equals 2 cups. Draw a miniature gallon man here. So I know that this gallon is going to equal all of these cups. And you've got 4 cups 4 times. So that gets me 16 cups per gallon. So if I've got 3 gallons, I know I'm going to multiply 16 times 3. Because 16 cups per gallon, 3 gallons. 6 times 3 is 18. 3 times 1 is 3 plus 1 is 4. So she's got 48 cups of juice. Let's go ahead to the next one. Number 10. Judy's dog weighs 9 pounds. John's cat weighs 135 ounces. Whose pet weighs more? So for this one, let's take pounds to ounces because I prefer to multiply than divide, but I guess you can do whatever you want. Go ahead and put your answer in. For this one, I'm going to take it from pounds to ounces. Makes it a little bit easier. There are 16 ounces in 1 pound, not 8. That's 8 fluid ounces. This is 16 ounces to a pound. So if we have 9 pounds, we're going to say 16 times 9 is 54. 9 times 1 is 9, plus 5 is 14. 144 ounces equals 9 pounds. So the dog weighs 144 ounces. The cat weighs 135 ounces. So we know that the dog, Judy's dog, weighs more. So number 11. Go ahead and try it. 836 milliliters equals how many liters? Again, we're going to draw deci, centi, milli. So if we're going from milliliters up to liters, we're going to step 1, 2, 3 times. 3 times up. When we go up, we divide. So we're going to go ahead and write our number out. We're going to place our decimal point and we're going to move it 3 times to the left because we went up the ladder and the number gets smaller as we go up the ladder. 1, 2, 3 points to the left. Your answer is 836 thousandths. Number 12. A carpenter needs to cut a 6-foot board into 4 pieces. How many inches long will each piece be? Go ahead and solve it. So for this one, you need to first take your 6 feet and turn it into inches. So I know that 6 times 12 inches in a foot gets me 72 inches. So his 6-foot board equals 72 inches. We're going to divide it into 4 pieces. So let's go ahead and divide. 72 divided by 4. 4 can go into 7 one time. 1 times 4 is 4. 7 minus 4 is 3. Bring down that 2. 4 can go into 32 8 times. 8 times 4 is 32. So he can cut, his pieces will be 18 inches long. If you cut a 6-foot board into 4 pieces, they would be 18 inches long. Number 13, Laura and that lemonade. Go ahead and solve it. Laura has 9 gallons of lemonade. How many quarts of lemonade does she have? Let's remember my gallon man. We know that a gallon equals 4 quarts. So if there's 9 gallons, all you have to do is multiply it by 4. 9 times 4 is 36. She has 36 quarts of lemonade. Super easy, that one. My hallway is 7 yards long. How long is that in inches? Again, super easy. You can do this. We know that 1 foot, it's in yards. We know that 1 yard equals 3 feet. So 7 yards, if I multiply 7 times 3, is 21 feet. And I know that 1 foot equals 12 inches. So 21 feet, let's multiply it. 21 times 12, because you've got 21 feet with 12 inches in each foot. So you just multiply it out. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. 252 inches equals 7 yards. Number 15, go work it out. Brad has 4 liters of chocolate milk. How many milliliters does he have? You know, I'm going to draw it. DCM. He's got 4 liters. We're going down to milliliters. 1, 2, 3 steps. We're going to multiply. So 4 times 1,000. Remember, it's 1,000 because there's 3 steps. So there's 3 zeros equals 4,000 milliliters of chocolate milk. Number 16. Go work it out. Caitlin's soccer game starts at 9:15. It lasted 1 hour and 25 minutes. What time did she finish? So I've got 9:15. Ooh, that does not say 9:15. Let's try that again. If I've got 9:15 and I add 1 hour, that's going to get me 10:15. So I'm going to go ahead and cross out that 1 hour. And then if I add 25 minutes, that's going to get me 10. Ooh, 15 plus 25, 40. Your answer is 10:40. Number 17, go ahead and work it out. Erin needs 8 inches of ribbon for every bow she is making. How many bows can she make with 18 yards of ribbon? Again, we're going to take our yards down to inches. So I know there are 18, she has 18 yards times 3 foot in each yard. 3 times 8 is 24. So there's 54 feet. Multiply that by 12 to get us down to inches. 4, 5, 8, 4, 6, 648 inches. So she needs 8 inches for each of her ribbons. So we want to figure out, we would cut up our 648 inches into the 8-inch pieces of ribbon. So we're going to divide 648 divided by 8. 8 can go into 64 8 times because 8 times 8 is 64. Bring down that 8, can go into it 1 time. She can make 81 bows with her 18 yards of ribbon. Again, make sure if I went a little too fast on that one, I felt a little fast. You went back and re-watched the work to make sure your work matches mine. If you got it wrong, if you got it right, that's awesome. You got 2 more to do. Paul was doing laundry from 11:15 until 3:40 p.m. How long did it take in hours and minutes? So let's go ahead and count it out. 11:15 a.m. plus 1 hour would get me 12:15. Plus 1 hour would get me 1:15. Plus 1 hour would get me 2:15. Plus 1 hour would get me 3:15. If I went another hour, then that would be too much. So let's count up. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 hours so far. And we're left at 3:15. We have to get from 3:15 to 3:40. So let's count. If I add 10 minutes, that'll get me to 3:25. If I add another 10 minutes, that'll get me to 3:35. And then I need to add one more 5 minutes. And that'll get me to 3:40. Let's add that up. I got 10 minutes plus 10 minutes is 20 plus 5 minutes is 25. So it would take him 4 hours, 25 minutes. I hope that's what you got as well. Let's get to that last question. Go ahead and work it out. George worked in the garden until 3:30 p.m. He had been working for 4 hours. What time did he start? So, all right, so let's do 3:30 minus 1 hour is 2:30. Minus 1 hour is 1:30. Minus 1 hour is 12:30. Minus 1 hour is 11:30. Let's count that up to make sure we have it right. 1, 2, 3, 4 hours. Your answer is 11:30. I hope you aced that study guide and got them all correct and you have no questions. But remember, if you do have questions, go ahead and circle those numbers so you remember to ask your teacher tomorrow what your questions are. And I hope you are ready for that test. See you tomorrow.